Up. Daddy brave part. Hey yo, scale it. And me say, rabba bang, bang, rabba bang. When you go party again, them terrace, the party a shot. Tamar me German or fitted cap. Cause when Rasta come out on a party, me impressed by me side and no shorty. Roots find me a sip for a one Guinness, but the any city they go pick up park. When Rasta come out on a real, till I see I will praise while the herb it a blaze. And just read me, knowledge we agree. You're all invited, run come no free.
Tonight it will be another big one as we'll be interviewed two superpowers in the music industry. One from Nigeria and one down there in Jamaica. So link up massive run, go and tell your brother, your sister and them, your poopa, your mama, tell them say, man boy, me not going to sleep tonight because wickedest thing one for 98.9 Invicta FM, your unbendable but dependable radio station. So Rasra, let's start talking about what we have in stock for them tonight.
Well, I mean, today we're going to be talking with two female artist managers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? An artist manager is a professional representative and advisor for a musician or band. You know what I mean? The manager basically assists in building the career of the artist or the band. And, you know, they have such skills,
yes,
you know what I mean, as negotiating skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Skills
them
to
them take care of the business side of the artist.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The whole side, and basically just leave the artists them, you know what I mean, to do, you know what I mean, their magic, which basically to create hit songs.
Yes,
you know what I mean? The managers deal with the negotiations, they deal with handpicking the right producers, you know what I mean, to work with.
Yeah.
They manage the distribution. They do handle you know what I mean, the PR side of things as well. The promotion, the imaging, the whole shebang. You know what I mean? So basically when we talk with these ladies, Joice Ize-Iyamu, you know what I mean, who's based here in Nigeria.
Yes,
and Jacky French, you know what I mean, who's in Jamaica. We're gonna be finding out how they do these things, you know what I mean, and how they've managed to, you know what I mean, kind of do this their work successfully. You know what I mean? Because both of them, you know what I mean, are also active mothers. You know what I mean? So I could see how they juggle, you know what I mean, the work and the home front.
Yes, I.
You know, see.
Watch it, make me dance, me dance, me dance. Watch it, make me dance, me dance, me dance. Watch it, make me.
All right, the people them watch us as we dance right about now in the studio. Well, it's about time, and it is 15 minutes after 11 o'clock, and this is 98.9 Invicta FM, the only radio station on this part of the north that has the longest hour of reggae and dancehall on radio, Tuesday and Thursday every week. That we'll be interviewing two giants, even one is about to join us from Jamaica. But we have the one here already joining us. So we will be starting with and we'll leave everything as Rasra kick off right about now. Before we have Jacky French join us from Jamaica.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we have live with us my sister, Joice Ize-Iyamu, waited, I mean, artist manager, music industry practitioner, you know, right here, a whole heap of awards, you know what I mean, a whole heap of artists, you know what I mean, great normal work, Libya, and Rugged Man, I mean, on. I mean, she's touchlight and made, I mean, things out of it. So, yeah. Anyways, how you doing today? All right. So today is the artist manager segment. You know, an artist manager is a professional representative and advisor for a musician and or band. They help to build an artist's career, get their clients' music in the hands of producers and label executives, as well as negotiating, you know, I mean, behind the scenes and doing a lot of work behind the scenes, basically to get the artists to the point where they want to be, which is basically to make the artists successful. Do an incredible amount of work. So Joice has worked with Two-Face Idibia, Sonny Neji, Tunde, and Wumi Obey. As I mentioned earlier, the great No More Loss, OJB Jazarel, also a great brethren who's no more with us, and Rugged Man, etc., etc., etc. Shadrach, big up yourself, and thank you for joining us. We're gonna just kick it off. Lieutenant John.
Okay, now let's start about talking about how important it is to have strong interpersonal skills and negotiating acumen in the business.
Yeah, I got your question. It's actually very, very important because you get all manner of people, all manner of invitations, all manners of contracts, and you need to be able to understand what's in place, to know what is, because you are the one that's asking for the artist. So you need to be, you are the most important person. So you need to in contribution. So you need to be yeah. So it will make no sense for you to go into a contract without getting the best deal. So to do that, you really need to negotiate. You really need to know how to have good interpersonal skills. You also need to have good negotiating skills. You also need to understand the terrain that you are in to negotiate for that artist. And you need to also understand different artists and their different capacities and what they do and what they can do.
All right, fantastic.
Okay. Now let's talk about why is marketing and imaging so important to the success of an artist's career.
Okay, I'm going to answer that question by asking you a question first.
All right.
What's your favorite drink?
My
favorite drink?
Drink.
Water.
Drink. What's the
My favorite drink?
It doesn't have to be your favorite drink.
Okay, let's say water.
Water.
Yes.
Can use water. I'm talking about Cola or something.
No, I don't want to call any brand name because it will be an advice.
You can't like an artist. You can't like a brand. An artist is a brand. Drink can be likened to a product. You don't see the product. You can't like a product if you don't understand the product. If the product doesn't call out to you, you can't like it. So if an artist, if you don't know the artist form, if you don't know anything about the artist, how do you become his fan? How do you understand him? How do you liken yourself to him? How does it become he or she? How does it become role model? Now all this is done by marketing. You can't do a good song and then hide it in the studio somewhere. It needs to come out. And for it to come out, it needs to blow, more or less. And for it to blow, it needs to be everybody's face. And that's marketing.
Yeah.
So when you don't do that right, then the songs and the artists are never known.
All right, Rasra.
So what about the imaging? What about the imaging aspect of things?
Like what I said, the imaging and marketing to me are almost the same thing because you can't write something that you don't understand.
Okay.
If you don't look right to you, then no matter the kind of song you sing, it won't make sense to you.
Okay,
If you
fantastic.
think of artists that you have followed blindly, let me use that word.
Okay.
One of my favorite artists has always been Michael Jackson.
Okay.
The dresses, the dances, everything about him It is imaging. So to do that, his team would always think about what they want to show to the world. And that's how we work too. Every artist that we work with, we always need to build an image. So if an artist is flashy, it's flashy throughout. If he's the calm one, it's calm throughout. So that's whatever you want to sell, that's where image is coming. That's selling it.
Fantastic.
Okay, right about now we have Jacky French joining us. We can hear you. All right, back to Joyce.
Yes. So Joyce, how early in life did you start, being involved, with, can I say, organizing parties, events, you know what I mean? Or let me put it this way: how early in life did you catch the entertainment bug? You know what I mean? And start to work up till which point we've reached now.
I know you're laughing because you know the answer. Really young. I think I was 13.
13.
Wow. Yeah. So myself and my sister used to dance, and my mom used to take us to parties, and we used to dance at parties and stuff like that. And then my mom used to, people used to spray like in Nigeria, when you go for parties, people spray you money and all that. And then people used to spray us money, and my mom used to keep the money for us. And then anytime we would ask for money, there would always be a story.
Okay.
So there was a coup. We went to my mom and we said we were sacking her as our manager. I became manager.
All right.
And I said,
right. I was just excited because I was hearing everybody now.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay, Jacky meet Joyce. Joyce meet Jacky.
Hi, Joyce. Nice to meet you.
Nice one. Nice
What
one.
did I miss?
Okay, let's start. Let me start with Jacky.
Yeah.
Yes, the same question I asked Joyce. I will ask.
Go slow, please. Remember, you have an accent. Well, we both have accent.
All right. Okay. How important is it to you to have strong interpersonal skills and negotiating acumen in the business?
Can I tell you how strong it has to be? I remember it was last year I went away. I went to Atlanta with my mother and her husband to meet a producer I've never met in person before. And, he was telling my mother how good your daughter was, and you don't understand how good your daughter is at this. And I turned to her and I said, remember when you used to beat me and say me chat too much?
Okay.
Right. So the talking has a lot to do with the business. You definitely need to find your strength and work towards it. Definitely need interpersonal skills. You do need to have some business knowledge.
All right.
But yeah.
I'm glad we're all on the same page, because that's
the same thing.
That's exactly the same thing that Joyce had said to us earlier.
Yes, it's a lot of talking, it's a lot of communication. My strength is definitely my mouth. So I like to go out and meet persons. Even with you, Abdul, though we have a good rapport and stuff, it's very important for me to get to Nigeria to meet you and other persons who I've always dialogued with, because that makes the business relationship stronger. So when I call and say, okay, I want to come down with 2 artists, like we will be discussing in a short while, then I wouldn't have much problem. I can pick up my phone and call a dozen people in Europe and say, I need this done, I need that done. because I'd already made the sacrifice to go there and meet with these persons in person.
Okay. All right, fantastic.
Okay, why is marketing and imaging so important to the success of an artist's career?
Because you can't just say, okay, I'm going to throw something out there. Sorry for my dog barking in the background. She wants to come inside and I cannot move. You can't just pick something up and throw it out there. You need to know to who, where, what, and when.
Wow.
Is very, very, very important. So when I know who, we create your image. Or if you yourself will work. Simple as that. Well, sounds simple, but a little bit technical.
Fantastic. Now, how early in life, did you kind of realize that, this was what you wanted to do, and I didn't. When did you take the steps to?
I've always loved clothing. I've always loved to look good. And so that was my main thing. I had a boutique. We had some issues due to stuff that I didn't understand. I was online messing around and I met a friend who introduced me to the business. He was like, hey, why don't leave this shoes and clothes business and just manage some artists? And I was like, interesting. The shoes and clothes was really getting boring to me anyways.
Okay.
So I said, okay, this was like 10, 12 years ago.
All right.
So I said, okay, let me see what you have. It says, well, you just get some shows for the artist and collect 15% of whatever his fee is. And I'm like, surely it's not that easy. But anyways, I like a good adventure. So I roll with the punches, I checked it out. I found a few, it didn't go well. Don't shake your head, bro. It did not go down well between me and this artist. The man cussed me dog rotten. Please tell me if you're not understanding what I'm saying. The man cussed me out. He was like, who are you? And who do you think you are? You're trying to change me. I said, well, first of all, you say you're a Rasta man and you're this and you're that, but this is what you're saying. This is what's coming from your mouth and it's not connecting. The man cussed me out. Anyways, we broke ties and I moved on to just messing around until things just took a nosedive. I remember one day I went to the studio. Normally when I go to the studio, because as I said before, I love dressing up. I'm a queen at dressing up. And when I go to the studio, work stop.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to Joice. Joice, how creative does one have to be in this kind of business?
Music management business.
How the managing artist, how creative does one have to be?
A bit creative.
Yeah.
Because when things are about your table, when ideas are about your table, there is no creativity in you, then you won't be able to visualize them to make them really happen. You are the link between the artist and the world.
Of course.
So when anything comes, like anything concerning their videos, their images, their marketing, everything concerning them is what you do. You have to see the vision before the vision already happens. Before the vision happens, you have to see it. And without the creative bone, that's never going to happen. So you need to.
So it's kind of like a premeditated, kind of thing, so to speak. I mean, basically, you have an idea where you want to go, and then you kind of, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's have Jacky answer the same question.
Yeah, Jacky, let's have your opinion. on the.
How creative do you have to be as an artist manager?
It's just as Joyce says, you definitely need to be very creative in that sense, because you definitely need to have an idea of where you're going. So being in the studio with an artist, it's like you're envisioning everything in your head. So it's definitely premeditated. And then your job is to execute. The beautiful part about it is you can't sleep once you have that vision. You just want to get out there and get it done. And once you're getting it done and you're seeing other persons respond, it's like you get the Grammy already.
Of course.
Okay, what have been the highlights of your career? Let me start from Joyce. What has been the highlight of your career?
The highlight is when my artist is known internationally.
Oh.
I think that's one of when you hear a country you've never heard before, and the artist songs are being played there. When people know your artist, it's not just the getting of the awards, but the fact that the music can go down, because music for me is love.
Yeah.
And for music to be places where we can't even pronounce sometimes, to me, that's it.
Okay, Jacky, what has been the highlight of your career?
I think it was July 2015 when my artist took one of the biggest reggae festival in Europe.
Yeah.
I was not there. I was supposed to make a trip, but he made it and he closed the festival. I broke down.
Fantastic. What's the artist's name?
Exile Brave.
Exile Brave. Okay, I think we were listening to him earlier in the studio before we kicked off the show. All right.
Exile is like my baby. Is my son.
Yes, man. Okay, so this one I'm directing to Joyce. This is a two-part question. Now, you're also involved in catering. You know what I mean? You've kind of been certified, you know what I mean, to a certain degree, so to speak, right? Does the catering kind of go hand in hand with the entertainment?
Everybody needs to eat.
Okay.
Everybody needs to eat. But my catering is more of dessert.
All right.
I'm a dessert chef.
All right.
Yeah, but basically, it's my knowledge of the entertainment industry has been able to help me market
Okay.
that part of the business. So, yeah, I would say it goes hand in hand. Yes, and it has really helped.
Right. And when did you you know what I mean, kind of discover, that other side, that other sort of passion side, about yourself, when it comes to the catering and that?
Oh, I've always been wanting to do three things. So when I was a child, I wanted to be an artist manager. I wanted to own a cake shop. As a child, I didn't know what called being a dessert chef. To me, it was a cake shop. I wanted to own a cake shop. And the third one, I will not see it. Till it happens. But I've always known it's what I wanted.
Okay. Now, Jacky, growing up, you know what I mean? Growing up, you've been around, you've had the privilege, let me put it that way, you know what I mean, of being around people within the the Jamaican movie industry.
Yeah.
All right. That's probably because, that's probably because I believe it's your mom. Is it your mom, was into acting and stuff like that? Right. Now, tell us, what that period, of your life was like, and, how that might have, I guess kind of had some influence in you, kind of becoming an artist manager, working with people, and stuff of that nature, developing your skills, your interpersonal skills?
I'm not sure. As a child, I was curious. There was where we lived, my grandmother was a helper, and she was taking care of a hotel. So we had the privilege of seeing rehearsals for play, rehearsals for show and stuff like that. And you know, as little children, we used to hide in the background until they call everybody. And so my mother, they did this play called Igla. It toured all over England and the US.
What was the play called again?
Higglers.
Okay.
Ginger Night Higglers.
Okay.
Yes, so through all of that, I end up meeting all these wonderful, funny people because I used to think I was a comedian. I just walk around and love to give jokes. Everything is fun for me. If I'm not laughing, I'm not doing it. You know, that's my thing. One thing it did do was show me that my smile is a part of my strength. And this is why I like to meet people in person when doing my business, because it helps me out a lot. Back to knowing all these people, I think it just kept me grounded. Basically, it just kept me grounded, to be honest. Sorry, I'm just thinking back at my whole career and the play and the music and all of that. It just really kept me grounded, and I'm really grateful to be a part of this industry. It wasn't in my wildest dream to do anything music. I've suffered from migraine forever since I've known it. Funny enough, when I submitted to music, the headache stops.
Wow, fantastic.
Okay, now back to Joice. You have been a recipient of numerous awards. Which of these awards stand out the most for you?
It has to be MTV Artist. So one for when I was managing Two-Face.
Okay, when you were managing Two-Face.
Yes.
Okay. Which award was that? Which?
MTV Base.
Okay, MTV Base Award.
Was that specifically an artist manager award? Was that specifically an artist manager award? Okay, fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay, how did you get to the level where you can host events in other countries other than where you reside?
Yeah, man. Because I see you have offices. You have offices in Nigeria. You have offices in Barbados, in New York, in the UK. I mean, how does one get to that level?
So when I was managing Two-Face, I was getting emails from people from all over the world saying that they were hearing his music, they liked his music, they wanted to stop, and we weren't going there for shows. And a couple of these countries didn't know how to get us to perform there, to get Two-Face to perform there. So what I did was I took a trip to a couple of countries to see the people that we stand there and to see how we could form an alliance. And they all required me to set up a business. And then I've always been interested in touring. So we just started from there, and I was like, okay, fine, let's tour. Let's tour the Caribbean, let's tour America, let's tour the UK, and we just started from there. And luckily, I met wonderful people that made it easy for me. So it's been good. It's been good. It's been challenging, but we're up to it.
Okay, let's have Jacky respond to the same question. How do you get to that level where you are in this country and you are organizing event in another country?
Jacky's all over Europe, man. got to connect all over Europe.
First, you've got to have the vision. When I'm doing music, I'm in the studio with my artist. So as you're singing, I'm visualizing where I'm sending the music.
Wow.
And if I want Germany, I count how many shows I need in Germany, how many shows I need here. I get my troops together. I say, this is what we have. This is the date that I have. This is what I need. And they all know me. I don't take no for an answer because that don't help.
Okay.
So basically that's it. Now I'm to the point where I'm about to twist Abdul's arm because I haven't been to Nigeria, even though they were so grateful to me to give me a visa in less than 48 hours. But yeah, definitely we're coming to Nigeria this year. I want Nigeria. I need Nigeria this year. So I'm definitely trying to make it there for October to November this year. I was just talking to a client of mine about it.
Okay.
I was like, he wants to do some stuff in Africa. I said, hey, let's do it. The COVID actually pushed us back.
Of course.
And then we started to get some stuff together in the US. We're about to launch Yada Music in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. If you're coming to Nigeria, what artists are we looking at? If you're coming to Nigeria, what artists are we looking at you bringing?
So I have an artist from St. Lucia by the name of Natural Vibes, who is actually doing very well. His album debuted at number 10 on iTunes.
Wow, nice.
Yes, so we're definitely coming down there together, and who knows, normally a lot of people just want to follow me, so I might bring tons of people. So I'm definitely coming with Natural Vibes. I'm definitely coming with Miguel Welty. Miguel Welty has been doing a lot of work for me recently. Right now, we're actually putting together an EP. I had tons of songs for Miguel that, they've been just lying there since 2018, and we're just gonna put them together and put them out.
Okay,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, it's all good and well, all this talk about, setting up Yada Music in Atlanta. Joice already done set up all over the place and everything, right? Now, I want to talk about networking and the importance, of networking to, ensure that, things move forward. Because at the end of the day, what we're talking about is the business aspect, of the music or the entertainment business. So
a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of going out.
Yeah. So
a lot of talking.
Why is that? How important? How critical is that networking? And how do you make that network work?
You're taking me back through memory lane, Abdul. I remember when I was promoting Exile's first EP online. I got blocked. I got told that I was a con artist. They don't know who this lady thinks she is. And we don't want your music. Don't send your stuff. You're fake. You're wearing makeup and blah, blah, blah. And at first you feel downhearted. But when you send to another 10 persons and they love the music, there is no greater feeling just to know that you help somebody feel good today.
Fantastic.
Okay,
So,
can we have Joice? Can you respond to that question? How important is networking in this business?
Networking is important because I'm here in Nigeria and I'm doing business everywhere in the world, and that won't be able to happen without people. and how to get people by networking. Like Jacky said before, a lot of going out, a lot of talking to people, a lot of building relationships. There's some things that happen, some jobs that you want to get done, and then all you need to do is to call up one person who will call up one person, call up one person. That's a whole chain of that's a networking going around. So it is, I would say, as an artist manager, networking is one of the top 3 strengths.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now, in everything that we do in this life, you know what I mean? Like you've been like Jacky just pointed out just now, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna kind of push out, you know what I mean, maybe like 100 emails or whatever, sending your artist tunes, you know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes you might get, you know, maybe 99 negative responses. You know what I mean? But in your case,
the one you get.
In your case,
the one you get, respect that one, and you build a relationship with that one person, and that one person will be carrying 10 persons. I've seen it. I've been in Germany in clubs, and clubs empty. And by the time my artist coming out the stage, I said, "No, brother, you have to go back on the stage." I mean, just deal with your one person like it's 10 persons or 100 in front of you, and that will grow your network.
Of course. Now, the question that I was really kind of driving at is, I wanted to find out, you know what I mean, what has been some of your sort of dreadful moments, you know what I mean, in this business? You know what I mean? Would you say, you know what I mean, receiving negative feedback, you know what I mean, or do you have you had other situations?
Back to my first year starting the business, that was very heart-wrenching for me because people couldn't see me. The guys in the studio couldn't see me for what I was bringing to the table, but they saw me as a piece of meat. And I tell you, I hang my head down, and this is why I can say I've not been in the business for 9 years, but for 10 years, for 12 years, sorry, because I remember hanging my head down and going to Ochi, and I was crying because I was like, why they couldn't see me for what I'm bringing to the table and not for like a piece of meat. 2015, April, I will never forget. Exile went to Europe, and we thought we had found the perfect booking agent. He didn't know who he was dealing with. I can tell you that. I remember when Exile he left for Europe before me. I had no interest in going. However, when he left, I started to talk to other people, and a friend of mine called and he said, "Jacky, I told you, you worked too hard not to come to Europe and learn our style of business. I'm just trying to make it as fast as I possibly can."
Okay.
Abdul, I tell you, this man, he used me and he swept the floor. He was like, "Who are you who wants to come to Europe on vacation? You are not making that kind of money." And I wanted to cry because what he didn't know is that I already went to the embassy.
Okay.
To get my work permit. So he was telling me, "Oh, you're not coming and this and blah, blah, blah." Abdul, let me tell you something. When I went to Europe and I finally met this man in person, he didn't know a damn thing about the business of music. He was trying to keep me from doing my job. And that hurt me so much because I didn't care about coming to Europe. People wanted to see me there because of the work I've been doing.
Of course.
So how dare you tell me what my intentions are? And even when I got to Europe, Abdul, this man tried his best to keep me out. They don't know this Aries woman. You don't know me. Don't tell me no. Don't tell me I cannot do, because I'm all over you. I'm getting it done.
Fantastic. All right. Now, what level of? Okay, Joyce is back with us. All right. Now, Joyce. Now, what have been some of the dreadful moments, you know what I mean, in your career? Some of the situations that just, when you think back to it, you know what I mean, you kind of just still get a gut wrenching feeling in your stomach.
I've been kidnapped. I've been kidnapped by a group of women.
Wow.
You were kidnapped?
Yeah.
By a group of women.
Yeah. I can laugh about this now, but
Tell me they wanted you to teach them something.
No, they actually wanted my artist. They wanted me to bring him to their room. And a lot of bargaining had to happen. Those times when some artists that I've managed have been in different kind of accidents, car accidents, robberies.
Wow.
Wow, that must be heart-wrenching.
Because my artist become, immediately I find an artist, he or she immediately becomes myself. So I'm invested in this artist. And when something happens to that artist, negatively, it affects me.
Of course.
It affects me. So I remember there was a time when Two-Face was robbed, and he almost died.
Yeah.
He almost died, and I got a call. It was in the middle of the night, and I had to race down to his house, and from there, to the hospital. And I was on auto mode, and in my stomach, I felt like I was about to die. I felt like somebody had pulled my child out of me and done something terrible to the child. So those times have been, I think for me, everything else don't compare to those times. Those times have been the worst times for me in my artist, in my career.
Okay. Right now, let me ask, while we're with Joyce, let me just throw this question. What level of satisfaction do you get when your artist, you know what I mean, gets an award, or you know what I mean, is like recognized, for in the industry for some of his works? How does that make you feel?
Managing an artist is hard. It's really hard. And trying to sell that artist to people from beginning, from inception. When the artist gets an award, it's like you've gotten the award. It just shows that the music has been accepted. All your hard work has been accepted. That's all it means. Right. All that work that you put into that artist has been accepted. So it's a gratifying moment.
Fantastic.
It's a wonderful moment for not just the artist, but the whole team, from the management, the agency, everybody who has worked, the producer, everybody who has worked with that artist, satisfied at that time, because that is recognition for everybody, for all that work that has been put into that product.
Definitely.
It comes to show them.
Definitely. And Jacky, you can answer the same question. How do you feel? How do you feel when when your artist has bags an award, or is recognized by the industry?
Like I got the award myself. I remember George getting an award for the best gospel artist, the Jury Awards for best gospel artist.
Okay, that's George Nooks, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I felt like I was like, wow, I'm a part of this team. I
Nice.
feel really accomplished.
Okay, now let's talk about this aspect. As artist manager, you are involved in every aspect of the artist's life. Now, let's talk specifically about the music making process. How do you draw the best out of your artists?
Like I said earlier in our conversation, I really like to be involved when the music is being done. So I'm definitely in the studio and I'm in tune to every beat, every sound, everything. And if it don't sound good, we go over it again. Please don't come in my studio because I don't want to hear, yes, singer, that's good, that's good. No, it's not good. I want better.
Straight.
So
That's
what specifically
definitely my
do you
thing.
do to really draw out that best out of that artist? You know, sometimes the artists get worn out and sometimes just need a little push. What are those things you do to just draw it out?
Just try to be funny, you know, take a little break sometime, have a drink. You know, Mama always say laughter is the best medicine, and one thing with Jamaican artists, they love to have fun. Like everything is fun.
Yeah.
If you're around like 2, 3, 4 of them at a time, you can't stay still because you're laughing. And I should really thank God for pairing me with persons that I've worked with, because there is never a dull moment. You're tired, we kick our heels up,
Nice.
and we have a good laugh, and yeah, we go right back at it.
Like in it.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Joyce, can we have your take on that question?
All of them have a different style. We work on every song together. I always try and make that a point of beauty, because once the song comes out, it's out. There's really nothing you can do about it.
Of course.
So you need to form it's like cooking a meal. If you make a mistake in the preparation, there's nothing you're going to do. No matter how well you serve it, no matter how well you present it, it doesn't taste right. It doesn't taste right. So I make sure that the artists are always in the right environment. Sometimes some people would have beats, and then maybe when the new songs come out, it's not the same as the former songs. You take them to that environment. That's your job as a manager. You always make sure that they're in the right space of mind for them to perform, for them to do the right song. If someone, when he did his first hit, was hungry, and then he starts making money, he or she starts making money, and then his songs
You make him hungry again?
Okay.
Let him go back to the beginning.
You make him hungry again?
And make sure there's no food for like
a couple of days.
Okay, all right. Now, let's go back to Jacky. This question is for both of you, but let me start from Jacky. The whole work is so demanding, and both of you are mothers. You are both mothers. So how do you juggle the demanding role of this business and then the demanding role of managing the home also? Now, managing the home, managing the business, everything put together. How do you handle it?
Superwoman we're talking to here today.
Considering the fact that you are a mother.
It's tough. It's tough. My first 5 years was really rough. I remember Savon's father cussing me out a lot. You're not playing your role as a mother and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I cry, you know, because I know I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm doing the best I can. I'm being a provider. I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm trying to take care of my son. But on a real level, you definitely need to find that balance. You know, you have to get it done. And thank God, Abdul, you know, Savon is an understanding child.
Yes, ma'am.
And he understands the struggles when it comes on to music. So you just have to balance out the thing on a real level.
Yes, sir.
Have to find a balance. Any means necessary because the music is important. There is a message in the music.
Of course.
You know, and we have to get that message out.
Definitely.
Any means necessary.
Okay, back to Joyce. Let's get your response on this question.
He woke up. As you can see, you have to do the truth. It's hard, it's challenging, because you have to put your children first, but at the same time, the music is also there.
Of course.
They're all your babies. Babies, the music is also your baby, the artistic. It's difficult, but it's something that we have to do, and we will try and always make sure that it's balanced. Sometimes one might feel the other, but at the end of it, you just do what you have to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your mother, all around.
The mother hen of the moment.
All right, let's go forward, Rasra.
Okay. All right. So now let's go to some general knowledge questions. Now, in recent times, I think last week, you know what I mean, I was kind of reading some about tabloids here, you know what I mean, and there was a lady, I can't remember her name now, but she worked within the entertainment, you know what I mean, industry out here in Nigeria, and she had written an article, and the headline said, females don't get enough credit for the work that they do in the entertainment industry, right? Would you both sort of agree to this statement? Joyce, you first. Do you think that females get enough credit, enough recognition?
Oh, okay. If I'd asked you this question 15 years ago, I would have said yes. 15, 20 years ago, I would have told you yes, definitely, yes. You know, when getting credit. For you to be an artist manager, especially in Nigeria, in Africa, it meant that you were either sleeping with the artist or you were the artist's wife or sister or something, and nobody would understand everything 110%. And now, females are recognized, especially where I come from, in Nigeria here. Females are getting recognized. It's not as much as the men, but I believe that with time, we will get there. It's a working process.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Jacky?
Jacky?
This year, you know, we had our annual Reggae Month celebration.
Yeah.
And if you remember one of the interviews we did with Uncle Ibo,
yes,
he made sure to big up. When we were finished, he went back to big up women on the board, on the team, who has been working with the music from then until now. And Auntie Marcia was one of those particular women. As Joyce said, you know, then we weren't getting because they saw us as housewives, or maybe we would be taking food to the artist but not being the manager. But today we are definitely bringing it, so we're definitely getting the recognition we deserve. An artist will come to me, and the first thing we realize is that this needs to be put together in a certain way. And we take the time, maybe because we're nurturers naturally, we see the stuff that the men wouldn't see, you know, and we get it done right away, because then, you know, you have your child and your child need this, so you're gonna get your child situated right away. So we get it done. So definitely we're getting our recognition.
That's it. So there has been improvement. Thank you for that still. All right. Now, in Jamaica, just like Nigeria, right, there's a lot of news, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm talking about, you know what I mean, kind of, can I say, gender-based, you know what I mean, violence, you know what I mean, sort of towards women, you know what I mean? As strong women, you know what I mean, in, you know, the industry and entertainment industry that we're in, as women who, can I say, you know, have kind of made it kind of out of, so to speak, out of these situations where, you know what I mean, you had the propensity, you know what I mean, to be bashed or to be abused and whatnot. When you hear these stories, you know what I mean, like girls being raped, you know what I mean, females being murdered, you know what I mean, like we had a situation in Nigeria, you know what I mean, whole school of girls being kidnapped, you know what I mean. When you hear these stories, you know what I mean, how do you feel, you know what I mean, as ladies? That's one. And you know, as mothers of boys, how do you sort of try to educate your, you know what I mean, your youths, you know, about these situations so that, you know what I mean, they kind of, yeah, go in the right way? Jacky, let's start with you.
You see me frozen. Yeah, because of my background, you know, it kind of touched me in a different way. My mother had me when she was 16. By the time she was 16, she literally had two of us. Yes, so life wasn't all so glam, you know. Having children has a lot to do with this. And I don't know if at some point there's something we can do to stop this, because even walking around daily, I see it's either children having children or children being forced to take care of children. Am I being here everywhere? Because for me, this is very important. Children, I was talking to a guidance counselor and she was telling me that she had to go to children's home because now this is our new classroom. And even this children cannot attend because they have to be taking care of the younger siblings. Now, how can a 10-year-old be taking care of a 2-year-old? What are we breeding? What are our children learning? Boys taking care of little girls. So when you're brought up to touch a young girl private area from this tender age of 10, what is our son learning? What are you teaching your son? He's not brought up to respect a woman.
Strong. Strong.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that because I'm about to break down in tears right now.
Okay, Joice, Joice, you have a response to some response. How do you feel when you hear these stories of girls being kidnapped here? How does that make you feel?
It's a terrible time. It's a terrible time. It makes me scared for the country that we live in. It makes me scared for the environment because it's not just the girls. There's always kidnapping. So it's like it's now a thing in Nigeria. It's just people are always being kidnapped. We see girls that were kidnapped recently again, even though they've been released. But it just shows the lack of security that we have in the country. And it's scary. Because I have young children, even though they're boys, they're still kids. And it's crazy because I've always been taught to believe that girls were meant to be taken care of. And then to go up and see that these girls that are meant to be taken care of are the ones that are being violated. It's heartbreaking.
Okay, now. Okay, I think let's shy away from that because it's getting us emotional right here. Okay, now let's come back to what is currently happening. The pandemic is here. It has been here, and we're still facing a look of it this year. And there has been record that countries with the best response of COVID-19 pandemics are managed by women. Do you think it's a coincidence that countries with the best record of response of COVID-19
We're gonna be biased. Hell no. We are so good at what we do. We have the children.
Of course.
We monitor the money spending. Don't you see what's going on nowadays? Men who are being managed by women are doing better.
All right, Joyce, let's have your take on this.
Jacky said everything already. We are mothers. It's only natural that they could come and the women will do better. It's only natural. If you're as a child, you're home and you're sick with a fever, your mother knows what to do immediately. So for this to happen, it's only natural. It's what we are born to do.
Okay.
And Jacky said we are biased. It's nothing that you say.
Okay, let's talk about one of Nigerian women. Talking about Nigerian Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, well, has been appointed the manager of WTO as the new director general. First time woman, first time person of African descent. How inspired are you by her achievements? Joyce?
You can see me, I'm coughing my feet.
Some more ass.
I'm a proud Nigerian right now. I'm a proud Nigerian woman.
Yeah.
Because for us, it just shows us that anything is possible. As a woman, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. She just raised the bar high for everybody. So now there's nothing stopping any woman from any girl. There's nothing stopping any girl from doing whatever she wants to do.
Of course.
For me, it's a thing of pride for me to see in my lifetime. It's a thing of pride for me to see as a girl, as a woman, as a mother. I have boys. So in a way, my would have been girl child is lucky because I would have I would have wanted her to be the president of the world or something. But it's a thing of pride. I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be in Nigeria at this point. For me, it's like the best time to be in Nigeria.
Nice.
Okay. All right, Jacky, let's have your take on Ngozi becoming the Director General of World Trade Organization. She is from Nigeria.
I mean, Joyce says it all, you know. This should continue to inspire our young women.
Straight up.
All over the world. You know, we didn't just come here to make dinner or do laundry, but we can be anything we put our minds.
All right. Now I'm gonna read this and I quote: "This grandmother will become the new boss of the World Trade Organization." This was the headline, you know what I mean, in a few newspapers in Europe. Now, what are your thoughts on this description of, you know what I mean, someone of, you know what I mean, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's status, experience, and level of achievement and global recognition? I mean, do you think that, you know what I mean, that's an appropriate way for a newspaper?
No, it's not. No, it's not. But I would say watch us kick some ass. Yeah.
Okay.
And Joyce?
For me, it just shows the scope of the person's knowledge. The person that wrote it, for me, that should just show the scope of the person is just way, like the person is living like in 1920 or something. So for me, the reporter or whoever the person is loses his or her credibility for me. I'm sorry, I won't want to read whatever the person has written because the person knows nothing. If that's the greatest achievement that you can use to qualify her, then you've not seen the magic that has been created.
Of course.
Then the person is lost. That's the way I see it. The person is just lost.
Of course.
Okay, how do you?
It's like somebody. Sorry. It's like someone asking us in Africa if we have cars or if we stay in buildings. That's the way I see the person.
Okay, how do you feel about the increased participation of women in global politics and international affairs? Do you think it will make the world a better place and a safer place?
Should you be asking us that question? Really? Really? Of course,
I think you should ask us that question because you know what we're going to
can't lie down there.
All right,
let's
try and round it up right about now.
Well, you know what I mean? It's been thoroughly enjoyable. Let me talking to both of you. You know what I mean? This morning and this evening.
Yes. It's getting dark outside.
It's been thoroughly enjoyable, and definitely we're looking forward to, you know what I mean, having chats with you both, or you know what I mean, later on down the line. But before we go, firstly, I want to start with Joice. You know what I mean, do you have any parting words, you know, for the benefit of, you know what I mean, some of the youngin who are going to hear, who are either listening to this program or going to watch the video, you know what I mean, when we put it out, or hear the audio, you know what I mean, who might be you know what I mean, interested or thinking about, you know what I mean, you know, forging a career, you know what I mean, in the entertainment business. Do you have any suggestions?
I would say
is encouraging words.
I would say this is what I would say to anybody. I would say, first of all, educate yourself, understand the business that you're coming into, and then work hard. Don't give up. Sometimes it would look like, especially in the beginning, it will look like it will not work. Continue, push on, continue pushing on. Don't give up. Don't give up, and continue educating yourself. Education never stops. I'm so sorry, he's so restless. But education never stops. So just keep on educating yourself, keep on getting better, and the world will just be a stepping stone for you.
Fantastic.
Okay, Jacky.
I always tell my clients that whether you come for a consultation or you're already in the business, that music it's something that you form a relationship with. It's like a child. It's like a husband. And each day you learn something new.
Fantastic.
Don't give up. It's a beautiful thing. It fuels your soul. It gives you this unexplainable energy to move forward and feel like you can conquer the world, and then at another time it just makes you feel so useless. But don't worry, it's a relationship, it happens. Don't give up, push forward, believe in what you're doing, even to the last tip. If you feel like it's not gonna work, do not let go. Don't ever let go, because it's happening. Abdul, I'm going on flights, I'm taking a band, nobody's paying for this band. I'm taking a band to Europe, and to the last day of the flight, I didn't see all the money in my account. And even when I have all the money in my account, the ticket just wouldn't go through. And here's my keyboard player in the airport in Montego Bay. Yay, I'm going to Europe. And this man has some faith. I think I have faith. That man have some faith.
Whoa.
I said, Andre, I don't know what's going on, but I can't pay for your ticket and the money is there. And at the last second before the close boarding, I swear to God, you can call him and ask him. At the last second, he got his ticket. Never, ever give up. Anybody who knows me know that this is me. I never give up. Challenge, yes, I'm here.
Strong
I'm
word.
here.
Strong.
Anything you put in front of me, I'm here. This was never in my dreams. I told you earlier, I never liked noise. I was never a music person, but this is the greatest love of my life. I can tell you that I've never had anything made me feel so old. Like, if I don't have music, I have nothing.
That's not life.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay, Ras Chidi was trying to link up. Ras Chidi, you're there, so? Okay, Ras Chidi.
There. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, Ras Chidi, welcome on board.
All right, greetings. Greetings to the sisters, Joice and Jacky, output.
Oh,
Bless you.
Yeah, true.
Okay, let's hear you, Ras Chidi. You have something for them.
Well, I've been listening, and what me have just one thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, big up to all the women them all over the world, you know.
Yes,
Enough respect to the woman them, because the men are beginning to realize that we've been messing up the world, you know. And I think it's time that you women come please and take charge again, because unfortunately my mom is no more physically here, but not until she passed away I again realized the extra power the women them have,
of course,
and the mode of life. I mean, right now, you know, have solidified that knowledge even more and more, and so I hope to see more women then coming up and taking charge in different sectors, because the world is really in a mess and women have crossed the mess. Like Muta would say, there's a penis war, sorry for the word, there's a penis war going on for a long, long time. You know, when you look at all the weapons of destruction, they're always pointing forward. And we don't bear the pain of birth. The sword, the gun, the bullet, they're all pointing forward. Muta Baruka call it the penis war. So we want this war to stop.
Yes,
so that we can have the woman them take charge. Because when I look in my garden, you know, back in my village, you know, Kija in Anambra State, when I look at the chickens, I see only the mother chick taking care of them. I don't see the father. When I look in the jungle and they tell me the lion is the king of the jungle, and I say, oh, hold on now, who taught that lion how to be a king? It wasn't the father, it was the mother.
The mother.
So natural phenomena shows that the woman is the actual ruler in the jungle. And in the jungle of life, we have started to play this patriarchal game, or whatever they call it, for decades or centuries or millennium, and it's too much and too long.
Yes,
You see, so we have to get back. So I want to big up the woman then right now in the place and say, let it reach out to all the women them all over the world, because the world needs some healing.
Definitely.
And one of the biggest lies they told we Black people is to forget the power of the woman. But they know it. And you were saying about the places where the COVID is getting well handled are run by women. Most of those places are, I'm in Germany right now speaking to you, and it's been run by a woman for I think they're even telling her to come back again. I mean, Angie. But she's tired of being in charge, and she has put this country in the top best form like never before done, you know. And this is a woman here in Germany doing that.